So Sam Pitroda has stirred up quite a honest nest by arguing that what we need is something like analogous to the inheritance tax to be brought back. He cited the example of United States where inheritance tax is there. But Mr. Pitroda probably forgets that in the United States, only 6 out of the 50 states plus the union territories, only 6 out of 50 have inheritance tax as of now. So we have the other states just don't have it at all. Secondly, there are a lot of exemptions whereby the lineal descendants can be taxed at a lower rate. Okay. And Mr. Pitroda is somebody who has been well regarded in the Gandhi family, and he was one of the people who had advised Rajiv Gandhi as well. As far as I remember, as a very little student, I had studied estate duty when it was in operation in India. Very small I was at that time. But if my memory is right, Rajiv Gandhi had abolished himself the estate duty in 1985. Okay. And I was fretting and fuming that why had it studied such a big act on estate duty when it was to be abolished in just a couple of months. Anyway, the problem about inheritance tax is that it was difficult to implement. Also, there were many loopholes. Now, why is all this getting relevant, and what has this got to do with the stock market, with the Nifty and the Gift Nifty, which you like to hear from me? Friends, what these people are talking about is new levels of taxation. Okay. Now, they are talking of redistribution of wealth, and please, my videos are very sharp and to the point, but even this I will keep very short. And I think you will find it interesting to understand what I'm trying to say. They are talking of redistribution of wealth. Now, redistribution of wealth could be inheritance tax, as Sam Pitroda has mentioned. It could also take another forms like a capital gains tax of a larger quantum or percentage. But is that all likely? Is that capital gains tax likely? Or is it this is only theory? This is just beating the drum before the elections just to get in, and then all will be forgotten. Why? I'll tell you. The politicians themselves have got so much real estate. They wouldn't want their the people who inherit their properties to pay tax on them, right? They themselves look to be such fancy real estates, houses. Just look at the net assets which they are filing with the Election Commission. Just have a look at that. Every Tom, Dick and Harry and sundry have 50 crores plus in assets. I mean, I'm generally speaking. By every, I don't mean take my word for it. So why would they have inheritance tax? This is, I think, just a talk. Rajiv Gandhi himself had abolished inheritance. Sam Pitroda was his advisor. Why will he bring that? This is all just, before election, everybody talks. The vote bank, as everybody does. Okay, nothing is going to happen. But markets get concerned because if there's capital gains tax or that increases, now there's a talk of the direct tax code and capital gains being treated as an ordinary income. That can raise the taxation levels very high. But that's also not going to happen. The major political leaders in both the sides, their children, they're so heavily involved in the stock market themselves. They're not going to pay so much tax. Forget about all that. Look at Rahul Gandhi's own portfolio of stock market investments. It's huge. It's running into crores. He's not going to pay such an enhanced capital gains tax. All this is just talk. Okay. But markets get worried. Markets are worried. Last 2 days, you must have seen that the Nifty opens at very green. I've been putting videos and saying, stay calm, shortly selling will come. No, people think, it's a funny way of looking at it when the market is, people are rushing in their arguments that, oh, fantastic, green opening. And look at where the paltry 30-35 points it is closing at the end of the day. Look at American markets. Today they were huge, big time up. Nasdaq was up 155, right now it's up hardly 40 points. Tesla earnings were impressive. Why is all this happening? There are concerns. In India particularly, there are concerns. Similarly, in America, there is a political polarization taking place in the US of A. In India, there is another problem that you're not able to understand about this wealth distribution that Mr. Pitroda and others have stirred up. What X-ray does Mr. Rahul Gandhi? That's why I suggest that have the debate, stand in front of each other and say, what are you going to X-ray and what are you not going to X-ray? Okay. This leads to a lot of speculation as to what they want today. They really want to go for Sridhan. They want to go for only your properties on death. No? And then Mr. Modi definitely loves the LIC phrase and says Zindagi ke saath bhi, Zindagi ke baad bhi, and all these phrases get built up. So you stand in front of each other, have a lively debate, just like it happens in the US of A, and that is how all these poetry and all gets done away with. Anyway, markets get afraid, okay, especially with the capital gains tax and all, and you want to reward people who are working hard, and if you put progressive taxation is very much welcome. I do understand. I always encourage it. But if you put too many taxes, then that's going to act as a disincentive. Do not forget Indira Gandhi's 97% maximum marginal rate of tax and the impact that it had on investments, on capital flow. And that's something that a lesson is something which is learned for a lifetime, and it goes in the annals of taxation history in India. So I don't think that's going to happen. But yes, markets have been a little worried, and that's why it's become very tentative last 2 days. People are not understanding. People who are dealing with the derivatives are not understanding why it's not moving, because it doesn't know. Sometimes it's also not sure as to read the mind of the market. I'm working on a project. I'm going to teach you how you should read the mind of the markets. More than anything else, you go through the technicals and the candles and the candlesticks and other things. But the first thing that you should know if you want to be a good investor in the market, read the mind of the markets. Okay? Also read the mind of the politician. None of it is going to happen. This is just to get past the June 4. Once you're in, all is forgotten. None of them in the history have done it. They have they themselves, Mr. Gandhi's father himself had abolished it. What is he going to bring back? They themselves have got such huge portfolios in stock market. Just look at the portfolio of Rahul Gandhi. It's in crores. That's his official declaration before the election commission. Is he going to enhance the capital gains tax? No way. At least that's what I think. If they still go, who knows, these people can, there's a lot of vindictiveness in the world also. So they can say that, okay, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, cut a long story short, tomorrow markets look to be also the Kotak, some strictures passed by the Reserve Bank, all that can come into play. And looks to be some good amounts of weaknesses in various parts tomorrow, as far as I can see. Be careful in trading. It's also the options expiration day. It's also the weekly options expiration, the monthly options expiration. So be very careful. There could be many pockets of weaknesses and falls that I can see in the market tomorrow. To get to know more, please do join our Ram Navami special package, which gives you daily predictions of the market. Also some good options with strike price, stop loss, etc., and good stock recommendations. And for 1 week in advance, you can join Premium Value, which gives you 1 week predictions in advance. For both of them, you can get in touch with us. WhatsApp us on 982-086-1044. Jai Shri Ram. Good night to you all.